Both really good games. So don't rush through Horizon though, because that's an incredible experience. Yeah, Sam is we find that that same thirst for adventure, it's genetic. It's completely genetic. Like, we find that the obsession with finding ancient treasure runs in the family. Completely. Whoa! Oh no! Oh my goodness, how did I survive that?
Hey, come here. I'll boost you up there.
Give me a boost! Literally, how many half ladders do people come across?
I'm guessing we need to get up to that broken bridge.
Like, usually people make the entire ladder. I don't know. Oh yeah, they're great. They're all really great games. This one in particular, the characterization is really well done. I was really, like, they do character development and, like, develop the relationship between them quite a bit in the previous games, but this one they really take it to the next level. They really develop the relationship. Well, also, it's about different relationships in the game. Like, the third one was all about, well, I mean, it was a little bit about him and Elena, but it was mostly about him and Sully and their relationship, and how Sully is like a surrogate father, basically, to him.
I'll boost you up there.
But this one is really about Drake and Elena, and Drake and Sam, obviously, who was an excellent addition.
Okay, I got something for you up here. Use this to reach those hands.
There's an interesting character, because you can see the traits between them that are similar.
Follow me!
Alright, I'll follow you. Oh, good, good. I'm glad you're getting there.
Yeah,
It's so worth it.
I imagine it was easier when all the bridges and walkways weren't broken.
It completely is. That's where you were going wrong. That's why you were having so much trouble before. You really just needed a slingshot.
Let's see what's in here.
That was just really your problem. You were fine. It wasn't you. It was the slingshot. You just needed a really nice slingshot. Because once you have that, once you can freeze enemies, it's just like...
Watch my...
Yeah, they're,
Move through here.
Who in particular are you talking about?
Catacombs.
That makes sense. We're under a cathedral.
I mean, Aloy's character is really developed. The only problem about Aloy's character is that she doesn't really change. She doesn't really have an arc. Like, I mean, a little bit she does. Like, it's about her trying to figure out who she is, and she does, and there's obstacles in the way, but it doesn't really, like, she doesn't really grow or become a different person. She's sort of, like, already... Yeah, I don't know if you know what I mean. But they develop her character really well. Definitely worth a shot. It's definitely worth a run through. I'm obsessed with the combat. Especially the more you turn it up, like if you like hard games, the higher difficulty is expertly crafted. Like the ultra hard difficulty is completely like they just knocked it out of the park. The flow of it, it's just so dynamic and quick, and it makes you think on your feet.
The northwest sites are wide open as well.
And what about the southern perimeter?
Not yet. It'll take us
And
a
the
day to
story
move
is
the
really
train.
good.
Nadine.
And the main character is really
In the meantime, Suji
really
I'll
enjoyable.
send a couple of men over right away.
Good. Rafe.
And just
any
the
luck
whole
with those
world that they
manuscripts?
created, this post-apocalyptic world where they don't even know what happened to the world. All they see are just the ruins of our society that used to be, and the life that has grown all over it and just reclaimed it as its own.
Did you hear? They found a whole annexed area under the cathedral.
And then there's just these big,
did.
giant robots, and nobody knows. They're all roaming the earth, and nobody
Why?
knows where they came from or who made
There
them.
wasn't much left.
And everyone's living in like caves and stuff because they're
I've
all
been a bit liberal with the garden.
they're all tribal now.
China shop.
It's really
We've made more
interesting.
progress in 2 days than we've made in months.
Progress.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that makes way more sense. Yeah, the character development in this game is
Okay.
pretty remarkable.
I'll let them know they need to give you a heads up before they do anything.
And also just the relationship between
Or you
him
can
and
tell them to
Sully,
sit
the
tight
relationship
until I
between him and
analyze
his
the few
brother,
clues that
and
haven't
him
been
and
blown up.
Elena.
No, we can't
Like
sit
it's
around
all
waiting
very.
longer.
All due respect, I think I have a bit
And
more
the
experience
acting,
with
they
this sort of
really
thing
nailed it
than
with
you
the
have.
acting. Like,
We
I know
tried
it's
things
CGI, obviously, but like, somebody
You've been
had
wanting
to
level this place
act
ever since we got here.
No, I wanted
this
to do
out.
that cross long before it ever even made it to that auction.
And they
The
sort of
same
had
auction where I
to,
couldn't have my men around
like,
to
go
deal
with
any
it. But
surprises.
The auction was the cleanest
this
way
was
to
like
get
an
the
actual
ball.
Going with my
person
gut,
doing
I
this.
listened to you, and now we have competition.
Well, I didn't think he'd show up.
Or maybe you wanted to draw him out.
But Uncharted has
Why the hell would I
phenomenal
do
character development. I think the third,
Because you think
especially
you
in
need
the
him.
the third and the fourth one.
And maybe
I
you
think
do.
this one and the third one, they really
Point
has the
is,
most character
I'm done
development
trying to
out
do
of all
things
of
the clean
them.
way. If the treasure is here,
Like,
we'll
they
find
started
it.
out as, like, just making a likable
not,
guy that you, like, is fun to play as and
maybe
makes
it's
a
time
lot
to
of
move on.
wisecrack jokes. But he actually grows and changes as a character throughout the story arc, especially towards the end. Like,
It's not personal.
you see time and time again, he has, like, this thirst for adventure that kind of overtakes him, like, in the first one and the second one. And then you sort of see that by the end of it, he has other things that he values way more than that at the end that he couldn't recognize as being so important in the beginning.
Let's get moving before they blow that treasure.
And they're things that his brother has yet to recognize because he's been in prison for 15 years and hasn't gotten any of this stuff out of his system yet.
Rafe wanted to draw you out. As long as he doesn't
It's
get
just
the
a
upper
really
hand,
cool,
doesn't matter.
I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. But that's what I do with everything. So, if you don't like reading too much into shit, then you might as well leave now because it isn't gonna change very much. There's gonna be a lot of it. I apologize now. I was born to overanalyze and overthink.